In a turn of events that has shocked no one, Graham Potter has been sacked after 7 months at Chelsea, setting up a vacancy for our third manager of the season. We are finished. A club statement has been released by Chelsea saying that Graham Potter has been relieved of his duties after 7 months in charge of the club. And today I'm going to be delving into my initial thoughts and where Chelsea go from here, if we even know where we're going from here. So straight up, my reaction is that it is expected. You know, as I said at the beginning of today's video, I don't think that this is going to come as a surprise to many people. Chelsea are ruthless when it comes to sacking managers, and arguably Graham Potter probably got more time than the likes of Thomas Tuchel and Frank Lampard. Maybe more time than he even deserved. And it's a shame that it didn't work out, because I actually quite like Graham Potter. I respect him as a coach, and I think he is a good coach. I just think that this was probably a step too far for him too soon, and throughout his time at Chelsea, he did just look out of his depth. Part of me wonders why now as well. Champions League football is out of the question if we're going to qualify through the Premier League, and there's only 10 games left to go. We're 11 points off Spurs in 5th place. They're without a manager, so there is still the opportunity for us to catch up with them, but realistically it's not looking likely. And as I mentioned with the Champions League, although it's unlikely, it's still up for grabs. So there is a part of me that thinks, why sack him now and leave us with this void with 10 games left to go? It doesn't seem massively calculated by the board, who said that they were going to back Graham Potter for so long. But like with everything, there is a tipping point, and Graham Potter has reached that with the board at Chelsea. So let's have a look into the reasons of why he was sacked, and there are a few. So in his 22 games in charge of Chelsea, he recorded 7 wins, 7 draws and 8 losses, only scoring 21 goals during his tenure. And that has been his biggest problem at Chelsea, is scoring goals. The players don't look like they've got the confidence going forward, and that's been one of the biggest problems for Graham Potter's sides that he's managed. At Ostersund, his side averaged 1.6 goals per game, Swansea 1.53 goals per game, and Brighton 1.2 goals per game, with Chelsea his lowest to date with 1.06 goals scored per game. This declining rate is worrying for Graham Potter, as each level that he's gone up in managerial roles, his goal scoring rate has gone down, despite the fact that his defensive record in his last 3 jobs is getting better. And that's one thing that I'll give him credit for as a Chelsea manager, is that defensively we haven't looked woeful. There are only 3 teams in the Premier League at the moment that have conceded less goals than Chelsea, and that stat in itself is impressive. But going forward, we have just looked terrible. And defensive solidity is all well and good if you're winning, and we're not. So let's delve into the sort of nail in the coffin results that ultimately ended in Graham Potter's downfall at Chelsea. And we'll start with the obvious, the game that got Graham Potter sacked. Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 2. Losing at Stamford Bridge in the manner that Chelsea did against Aston Villa is criminal. No disrespect to Villa, but really with the players that Chelsea have got, this is a game that we should be winning with relative ease. Chelsea delivered 27 shots during that game, with only 8 of them on target and 0 goals to show for it. As I say, the players have got no confidence going forward, and nothing characterises this better than Mudrik's rushed finish against Emi Martinez when he was clear on goal. Martinez will not have an easier save to make this season, you can mark my words on that. A player that Todd Boehly has spent the best part of 100 million on, who's been at the club for 3 months, already struggling with confidence, speaks volumes of the atmosphere in that Chelsea dressing room and around the club in general. Drawing 2-2 with relegation threatened Everton, losing the London derby away to Tottenham, and being beaten by bottom of the table Southampton, it's just infuriating. It is so frustrating. And it is a shame that things didn't work out for Graham Potter. You always want to see an English manager doing well at a top club, especially when it's your own. And for me, the biggest thing that I want at Chelsea is stability. I will always be so grateful for the amazing memories that Roman Abramovich has given me as a Chelsea fan, and all the success that came with those years. But at the same time, I am and I always have been envious of clubs like Manchester United with Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsenal with Arsene Wenger, Man City with Pep, and Jurgen with Liverpool. All of those managers were backed properly, given the time to build their teams and structure a winning DNA at their clubs. Even Mikel Arteta has been given that time and that project to build a team and a culture that is seeing Arsenal head towards their first title in 19 years. And I'm not saying that Graham Potter would have reached those heights if he was given time. I just want Chelsea to have an identity, to have a plan, be a club that inspires confidence in a project, to show that we can be a team that strives for long-term success under one manager. That's what I want from our next appointment, but who's that going to be? Let's have a look at those potential names that could come in for Chelsea. Brendan Rodgers has just been sacked from Leicester, guiding them through a successful period in charge until the end. And personally, I don't want him in charge of Chelsea. Chelsea, just because I don't think he's the man to compete at the level that Chelsea want to be at, similar to what we've just seen with Graham Potter. Julian Nagelsmann is a firm favourite with the bookies following his sacking from Bayern Munich at the back end of last month, with most news outlets outlining him to be the favourite as well. Who do I want as Chelsea manager? Honestly, I don't care at this point. Life as a Chelsea fan is so flat right now. I've not been this disenchanted with Chelsea since we had Maurizio Sarri in charge, and that was bleak. It's not just down to Potter. The back end of Tuchel's reign was miserable, was flat, was dull. Under Tuchel, we couldn't create chances. Under Potter, we can't finish them. I just want someone to come in and show that they care about Chelsea and they care about their fans. Get the players playing like they care about the fans as well. Because players like Havertz, who fling their arms up in the air when things don't go their way and don't run after balls and just sulk for 90 minutes, is doing my head in. I want Todd Boehly to buy the players that we actually need, not just marquee signings that are going to impress everyone and look good in the media. I want players that are actually going to improve the first team, that are going to work hard to be in the first team. Good business, calculated decisions, a club that's forward thinking and run well. All I want from this club is stability, a clear plan and progress. I don't care how long it takes, but I just want to see this team playing like a team again, playing for the fans. I don't think that's too much to ask for, but the way that things have been recently at Chelsea, it's just been miserable. So miserable. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. I mean, I've made my feelings pretty clear. If you're a Chelsea fan, what do you think about our situation, the way that our club is run? If you're a neutral, where do you think Chelsea go from here? Which manager do you think we should appoint next? Or do you think that we should see out the rest of the season with this temporary manager? At this point, as I say, I don't know what's going to happen. Quite frankly, there's a big part of me that doesn't care anymore because I'm just so fed up. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, as I say, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be interested to read through them. I'm sorry for the downbeat negative energy in this video, but it's just how I feel at the moment, and I just want something to change. Something has got to change. But thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, it genuinely means the world to me. Comment down below what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one in hopefully better circumstances, but that's all for me for now, ladies and gents. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace and love.